Hey all, now we're looking at a cane prune vine. So Lauren, if you come up close, you're gonna see in a cane prune vine, really, we just have a head right here. And every year out of that head, we choose a cane to tie down. So this year, we took this one, tied it down here, and right here, coming out of there, and tied it down. Next year, we'll literally cut that there and maybe use this one, or we'll come down and use this one, probably this one. So we would cut this all the way off, bring that one over. So here's what I'm looking at when I look at this. I first want to come up, and on this arm, I know that these clusters are almost weightless in this block. So I want to leave probably 4 or 5 aside until I see how the fruit sets. When I say set, mean what I know, what hand I've been dealt, right? Your food, you see it as ingredients, but you really don't get to see what it's going to be until it's on the plate in front of you and you're ready to eat it, right? That's this. This is a cluster, as I showed you over there, but I don't know if this is going to turn into real berries in a cluster. It might shatter and be nothing, right? So I'm going to keep one. I want to space it with at least a fist. That's nice in a dream world, right? It gets different. 2. Wow, this one's really nicely spaced. 1, 2. I'm going to keep this as 3. I want to make sure each one of them has a cluster. If they don't, it's going to change my... That's only got 1 right now, so I may keep an extra in case that one doesn't set, right? 1, 2, 3. And then number 4 is right here, okay? So those 4 are gorgeous. They're staying. What do I want for next year? Man, I got some great choices for next year. I really like this one because it's also growing into where this one is, and this one's definitely stunted. May take off still, but this one will grow right into that space. So that's going to be next year's. So I'm going to get rid of all of this other crap, all right? I got some up here in the front I'm going to get rid of as well. And then I'm going to start on this side, right? So I'm going to get rid of that one. On this side, I'm looking at 1, 2, maybe, probably not though, 3, 4, right? And I got 5. So what I can do is I could say this is going to be next year's, but it's pretty high up. I like it down a little more. But I'm going to keep that 5th one in case nothing comes of this, okay? And then I'm going to keep this one for next year. So I'm now going to go ahead and bust this off, this off, this off, and this off. And I'm going to bring this down a little bit to this one as opposed to this one. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that little guy. This is next year's, this is next year's. So what we'll do is we'll literally come in and cut, and next year, these are new. So we get new wood every year. The beauty of cane pruning is that we get a new chance every year. What I show you next will be cordon, and that wood gets kind of beat up. It's easier to deal with, there's less decisions to make, but it's not usually as fruitful because the wood gets banged up. We get things called Bach canker disease. Imagine old bones. I'll explain it when I'm on the cordon. This is a fresh, jovial, 21-year-old NBA player every year, fast, jumping high. You get over there and you might be dealing with Tom Brady, where right now they got to worry about his offensive line because he's not mobile, he can't move around, so he wants to be protected. Very similar with that. I'm also going to clean up these are called suckers down here. Sometimes we keep these to form a new plant, but right now we don't need to, so I'm going to get rid of them. As you can see, we also get some weeds built up here. No big deal, because we use the under row Clemens knife. They die off. So any vineyard that looks too clean, usually there's a reason. They're probably using something they shouldn't. Not always, but Booker never looks spotless. We're a little feral that way. We don't care. Low impact, no chemicals. I'll see you at the cordons.